In today's tutorial, we'll be designing this church flyer you're seeing right now on your screen, right? If this is your first time here, please subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you get to see our subsequent videos. We are going to start by opening our Coreldraw, right? So this is the logo of the church, right? But the flyer we're going to be designing is going to be in A5, and the size of the workspace right now is A4. So we are going to come here, right? Page size and change it to A5, right? And we'll change it to A5. If you are using a version of CorelDRAW, right, that is lower than 2021 that I'm using right now, to create a box inside the work frame will be much easier for you. You only need to double click here and the box will automatically appear into the frame, right? So if you are using a higher version as well, it works. But this 2021, you will have to draw it manually. So you come here and draw it like this, right? Then copy the size of the work frame. You copy it so that you size the box to fit into the frame, right? Right? When you do it like this, you now press letter P for pineapple, P on your keyboard, right? To fit into the work frame rather, and then you right click here or here to remove the outline, right? So now that we have our work frame set up, so the next thing we are going to do is to import the material we are going to be using for this very design. So we are going to come outside the work frame and to right click on our mouse, right? And then come to import. When you come to import, we'll have to locate the file, right? The resources that we'll be using. We will need this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, right? We'll need all of that. So this is the text we are going to be using. So we'll come back and open the text. Then we import and then import it like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. So let's go back to that place and then open our text. So this is the text we are going to be using, right? It says Kingdom Exploit. So we are going to start by creating our background. Like I always tell you guys, background is one of the very foundation of a good design. A good background is like a 30% done. It takes a larger percentage, of every design. When you have a good background, you're just good to go. So because the thing is Lord of the harvest, so we have to do something. When you say harvest, it's like in abundance, where we can use fruit, right? We can use fruit or wheat background, right? In case you want to do something different from what I want to do here. So you can use fruit background, you can use wheat, anything that is growing, right? You can use background of, when it's raining season, right? You get to see things growing rapidly. So you can use picture of growing things. But in this tutorial, we're going to be using something like this, right? And this guy here to create our own background. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to bring this guy in like this, right? And then we're going to expand it this way. We're going to expand it this way, blow it, right? And then the next thing we are going to do, guys, is we need this bottom, this side that you're seeing right now. We have to expand it down. We have to expand it down. But how do we do that? We have to duplicate this guy. Control C, Control V. We have to duplicate it. Then take our crop tool, right? Our shape tool. You can use crop tool as well. You can use crop tool like this to just come here and then drag it this way, right? And then drag it this way. When you drag it like this, you make sure it covers the area that you want, right? That's after you've duplicated the background. You've Control C, Control V, then you double click like this, right? You see, you now have another one. So if you want to use shape tool, because shape tool I want you to is shape 2 I wanted to use before. You just come here, click on the shape 2, select this top node, the two top node, and then bring it down like this, right? And then bring it down like this. You feel me? You bring it down like this. You see that at the end of the day, you're having the same thing. Let's take it out. You're having the same thing, right? You're having the same thing. So you can use anyone that you want, right? So I've taught you how to use your shape 2 and your crop 2 to do the same thing now. So we are going to expand this like this, move it up, and then take this down like this, right? You see what we have? You see what we have? So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to take our transparency tool, right, which is this guy here, and then apply it this way. We are going to apply it this way to blend the top of this very background, right? So when we are done like that, we right click on it and then come to power click and then power click it inside the box, right? You see what we have right now. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to bring this guy, we're going to bring this guy in like this and then increase it this way. We're going to increase it this way. Let's increase it well, right? And when we've done it like that, we are going to come to bitmap and then convert it to bitmap. The reason why we are doing this is so that it will not be too heavy, right? Then we come to effect and then come to blur and then come to Gaussian blur, right? And then we increase the blur like this, right? We can leave it to like this is 78.6. I think this is not bad. I think this is not bad. Then we say okay, right? Then we now right click on it and then power click it inside the container. Then we go inside the container, we right click on it and then say edit power click, right? Or simply put, you can hold your control key down and then double click on the work frame, right? On the background you already created. Hold your control key down and double click like this. Then the power click will be edited. So you can now adjust it this way and then right click and take this down. Let's take it to the back of the layer, right? You see what we have right now. Then you can increase it well, adjust it to your own taste, right? You see what we have right now. Can you see how our background is coming out, right? So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to come here and take our rectangle tool, right? And then draw like this, right? We'll draw like this, right? And then we'll take our eyedropper tool. This is our eyedropper tool here. We'll take our eyedropper tool and then come to this place. We'll come to this place and pick this background. When you pick it, it's already showing like a box, right? That the color has been picked. Then you just click here like this and you pour the color inside, right? Then you now come to this place and right click, or here where you see this stroke, right click to remove the outline, right? Then you now come to your transparency tool again and then apply it this way. You apply it this way, right? You apply it this way, right? We are going to duplicate this guy now, right? And then mirror it up. Let it face up, right? Let it face up. Then we come back to this. When we come back to this one like this, let's apply this very well. And then we come to our transparency tool again. And then come to multiply. Multiply. You see what we have right now? You see what we have right now? When we multiply it, it goes from here to here, right? So that is what we have. Then this guy, we are going to adjust it like this because we want our this thing to show, our fruit to show very well, right? So we're now going to change this one to black, right? We are going to change it to black and then right click on it like this and then power click it inside, right? You see what we have right now. You see what we have? You see how our background is looking very nice and fresh, right? So let's move this guy up a little. This our fruits. Let's move it up just a little, and then to this side just a little, right? So that is it. That is what we need. We can do it a little bit more. We may come back to adjust it later, but then let's make it simpler now. Right? You see our background now. You see our background is looking yummy. Right? So the next thing we are going to do, guys, we are going to pick our transparency, our rectangle tool again, and then draw like this. Right? We are going to draw like this. Right? This time we are going to give this one red. Let's give it red. And then we remove the outline. Right? As usual, you right click on this side or this side to remove the outline. Are you guys following? If you're following me, say something in the comment section. Say something, right? And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe right now, right? So after you have this, you now come to bitmap, right? You bitmap this, then you come to effects, and then come to blur, and then come to Gaussian blur, right? You come to Gaussian blur. Let's do it this way, right? And then you say OK. So you now take your transparency to and then come to merge mode and then change it to like multiply again. Yes, this is nice. Multiply, let's leave it this way. Multiply, and then we power click it inside again. You see what we have right now, right? This guy, let's see if we can change this to like um let me see if we can change this to like let's see subtract. No, let's see overlay. I think multiply is simply the best for this project. Yeah, I think multiply works better, right? So now that we have our background ready, like I said, background is like 30% of the job. When you have a nice background, whatever things you're bringing into the picture will just sit perfectly well. You feel me? So the next thing you are going to do is to bring in the logo of the church, right? To bring in the logo, we're going to bring the logo like this, right? To bring in the logo, you feel me? Then we now go to the text. It said mountain movers, which is already on the logo. Present Kingdom Exploit 2024, right? We're going to let's copy all of them. Let's copy everything here and then come here, pick our text tool and then draw it like this and paste everything that we copy inside, right? Let's highlight it and give it like white color. Let's give you white color so that we'll see it, right? So what we're going to do right now with this is that we already have the mountain mover. Let's delete it, right? So what we're going to work with right now is this guy. So let's cut it out and then bring it here. Let's bring it here, right? So we are going to, first of all, change this to uppercase. We are going to highlight it and come to change case and then come to uppercase. Uppercase means changing it to capital letter. Okay, that's it. That's it. Right. So when we're done like that, we are going to now break them apart, separate them, right? You know what I mean. We are going to separate them like this, separate them like this, and then we now press this one just give me another design idea. I will use it. I'll use this sometime. Something that just, came to my head. Different from what I want to do, right? But I will use it, sometimes in the future, right? So we're now going to Control K, right? Control K, K for knife, K for kettle, right? On our keyboard. and then we are going to change this guy to a font called Harvest. We are working with the theme of the this thing is Lord of the Harvest. So the font we are using also is called Harvest. Harvest. That means a lot of research, went into place before we get the idea, and the font. It's not small. It's not beans, right? So as young designers, don't underestimate the phase of research in your design. Always do your research. Anything at all that you want to do, you have to research. Somebody else have done something similar to what you want to do, right? Somebody else have done something similar, and if you don't research it, you will not know. If you don't search very well, and of course, the places you can search, you can use Google, you can use Pinterest, you can use Behance, you can use Dribble to do your research. Just make sure that you get more than one idea in your head, so that by the time you come to the system, everything will just be flowing smoothly, just be flowing in it. So that's it. So the next thing we are going to do right now that we have this is we are going to come to our rectangle tool and then come here like this and draw it this way. We are going to draw it like this, right? When we draw it like this, we are now going to change it to the outline to white, right? And then change the outline thickness, change it to like 4. Okay, let's make it 5, right? So if you check the edge of this thing, sometimes, okay, normally, if you are using a default settings of Coreldraw, maybe like a lower version or something, right? The edge like this will be sharp, right? But you can see that this one is curved. So I want mine to be sharp, right? I don't want it curved like that. So I'll just click on it and then come here, right, to the outline here, and then double click. When I double click, I will now come to this place, right? To this place. You see now that the edge is now sharp. This is how it was before, right? You see it, but now I'm changing it to this, right? I'm changing it to this, and then I will now say, okay. Now that I have the sharp edges, right? Let me move this guy backward a little, right? So the next thing that I'm going to do right now is that I am going to come to my this place that says convert to curve. I will click on it, right? When I click on it, this thing is already converted to curve, right? Then I will now double click. If I double click like this, I will now click here. I will double click here. You feel me? And come here and also double click. So then I will now come. I will click on these nodes that I created here. That's what happens when you double click. It creates nodes, right? So I will now click on these nodes that I created here. This one, right? When I click on it, I will now come to this place that says break off. So when I click on it, break off, it gives me this. So if I double click on any of these guys now, the thing will disappear. It will break this curve, right? So you can see this place is curved again, and I don't want it to be curved like that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to come here again, double click, and then this side means the middle, right? The middle. That means if you break anything in the middle, just like this one is at the middle now, not on the edge like this one, not on the edge. You feel me? So it's currently here, which means curve, right? But I want this. So I'll just click here now and boom, it will turn to, this thing, this particular one you're seeing, this sharp edge you're seeing. Then you say, okay, right? So the next thing I'm going to do, I would like to take this up a little. I like to take this up a little. When I take it up like that, then I will now double click again and then I will make sure that I take it down. Then I will do the same thing for this guy. I'll take it up so that it's not touching anything. right? Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come here and drag this guy this way, right? If after doing that, I'll now come to my exploit and then press Ctrl K on my keyboard, Ctrl K to separate them, right? So when I do that, I'll now right click on this S and then say convert to curve. When I convert it to curve, I'll now double click on it and then highlight these two nodes you're seeing here and then bring it down like this. And then bring it down, make sure it's on the same line, right? When you bring it down like that, right? You now take your this thing and take it back like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Make sure it's on the same line, right? Now that you have this, you're now going to come to object, right? Before you come to object, make sure you're clicking on this line, on this very line. You're now going to come to object and now come to convert outline to object, right? Convert outline to object. So it has converted this thing to shape like this. Then you're now going to come here like this and take this guy down, right? When you take it down, you are now going to take this up like this. Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, right? So you see what we have right now, right? So after we do that, we're now going to change this and this to red. Change this and this to red. You feel me? We change that to red. Now we're going to now bring this guy you're seeing right here. You're going to break it down like this and give it the font called Oswald. Oswald, no, sorry, Oswald. Not Oswald. Oswald. You are now going to look for Oswald and then make it thick, bold Oswald. And then we are going to take our shape tool and then take this up like this, right? So when we do that, we're now going to bring this, we are going to bring this here like this. We are going to bring this here and then we are going to increase it. Let's increase it down. You see what we have, right? You see that it's covering this guy. So we have to increase this. We have to increase that, right? So we are now then going to increase this guy. We're now going to bring it down here like this. We are going to bring it down here. Let's take our shape tool and then spread it this way, right? And spread it that way. We can bold it. We can bold it, right? So that is what we have, right? So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to group this and then bring it here, right? Let it be on the same line with the logo, right? Let's increase the logo just small. And then we are going to take our freehand tool and then draw a line like this to separate the two of them, right? To separate the two of them. So we are going to give this white outline and then make it thick. Let's give it like 1.5, right? So this guy you're seeing here, we have to change the color as well. So we can take our eyedropper tool and then come here and then take this color here and then put it on it, right? We can now give this guy to that same color, right? And then change it to like 2 to make it a bit more thicker, right? So let's group this back, right? So when we're done like this, let's move it together a little, just a little. We have to reduce this logo to create balance, right? So now that we have this, the next thing we are going to do right now, let's group the two of them together, all of them together, and make sure they are centralized. Then we are going to click on it like this and then take it up this way. Just do it this way a little, right? Just a little like this, right? So we are going to leave it this way, right? Are you guys feeling me? Are you all feeling me? Right? So, like I told you guys, background is 30% and your text arrangement is like your text arrangement is like let's say like 50, right? It's like 50%. And what again should we give 20? Your color, right? Your color combination like 20%, right? And everything properly applied, 100% design done. You feel it now? Kingdom exploit. You see how we were able to play around this and it gives us something sumptuous in it. So always aim for perfection in your design. That's one thing I will always tell you guys. So, and if you are designing, make sure you are saving. It's only a weak designer that will design and not save. A weak designer that will design and not save, because anything can happen, right? So make sure you save. Where should we save this? So let's save it here. Harvest flyer 2. So let's save it. Make sure you save. Don't be a weak designer. So the next thing we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to bring this guy up here. We're going to bring it right here and then take it here. So we are now going to change all of them to uppercase. Should we change it to uppercase? Yes. Let's change all of them to uppercase. When we change it to uppercase, we now press Ctrl K, K for kettle, K for knife on our keyboard. Let's take this apart. Let's take this 2. Let's take it somewhere, right? And then we are going to now break these guys down. Break these guys down, and then we take this out, right? And then put it here. So we don't want it to be this thing, right? So we are now going to change the font. The font for all of them, we are going to change it to Harvest. The font is called Harvest. I'll put the link to download the font, right? The link to download the font, I will put it in the description so that you too can download the font and use it. Are you guys feeling me? You too will download the font and use it. So we are going to take this up like this to reduce the spacing, right? With our shape tool, of course. I pick the shape tool and this appears. So I'll just drag it like this. Right? Are you guys feeling me? So this one, I will now break these guys apart. I will break them apart. Right? When I do that, I will now take my shape tool and then I will raise this up like this. Let me take it out of here. Right? You see what we have right now. So we can now reduce it. We can reduce it and then bring it down here. You feel it? Lord of the Harvest. You feel me? So let's increase it. Let's increase it very well. Right? When we increase it, we'll now also take it like this and then take it up. Let's slanten it like this also a little. Right? Let's slanten it a little. I think it's a bit more. Let's slanten it a little. Okay. Right? So let's leave it this way. Let's slanten it a little. Right? So you can now take this guy. You can now take this guy up. Just take it up a little. Right? So now that we have this, the next thing we are going to do, guys, is that we want to use text effect for this Lord of harvest, right? No, for Lord harvest, we want to use text effect for it. So what are we going to do? We are going to, let me increase it a little and export it. We are going to export it, right? Export it as PNG. Make sure it's exported as PNG. This is JPEG. Export it as PNG, right? This is the ones I've done before, right? So when you export it as PNG, you see it. So after you've exported it, we now come to where we have our golden effects, our text effect, right? This is it here. I'll put it, the link to download it, I'll put it in the description so that you too can download the text effect. You see it. I'll now open it in Photoshop. I will open it in Photoshop. So wait for the Photoshop to open. So when it's open like this, right? So you come to this layer here. This place is called layer. So you remove this presentation. This you when you click on the eye like this, it will be removed. That is the text, this text. So that's what they call presentation. So you remove it, right? Then you now come to this edition, right? And then you remove the background, right? You remove the background. You see what we have right now. Then you now come to this place, this layer that say your design here. You double click it and it takes you to another page entirely where you can put the text that you exported from Coreldraw. So let's go there and then bring it in like this. We'll bring it in like this and then increase it, right? Then we now remove this text that we have here, right? And then we save, Control S, right? When we save it, we'll now close this one, right? You see what we have right now. You see it. So when we have this, so we'll now save as PNG again. Save it as PNG, right? And then save, right? So when we've done that, we'll now go back to our Coreldraw. We'll now go back to our Coreldraw. Let's move this guy. Let's move this guy one side, right? And then right click and then import and then come to the stuff we just exported, which is this guy, and then we import it and place it exactly the way the other one was, right? We'll bring it here like this. You see what we have right now. Let's increase it a little. Let's take our shape to and then let's reduce this guy. Let's reduce it and then reduce it. So we are going to bring this one to the top and then move it forward a little. Lord of the harvest, right? You all see what we have right now. We need to place it very well so that everything will be unique together, right? So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to press Ctrl B. When you click on this, press Ctrl B on your keyboard, right? Ctrl B on your keyboard to increase this guy a little bit. Increase this one too. Okay, let's reduce this guy. and then increase this one. I say okay, right? You see the way we have moved it from this boring one to this, from here to here, right? So we increase the lightning a little, right? So that it will not be as boring as it was, right? So this guy here, we're now going to use a font called Consens. You all have this font, Consens, right? And then we are going to rotate it this way. We are going to rotate it like this. And then bring it here. We're going to bring it here. Theme, right? You see what we have, right? That's the theme. And then we are going to now use the same Consens font. The same Consens font. We are going to use it for this guy. We can change this one to like this color that we have here, right? And then we are going to slanting it also a little, right? Then we can now group all of this together. So the next thing we are going to do, guys, is we are going to bring in the pictures. The pictures, they are the one on next. So let's crop this guy and then bring it here and then bring this guy here. So we may have to uh increase this guy a little, and take it to that side some more, right? So we are going to now increase this guy. Let's take our shape tool and then adjust the shape like this. Then increase this guy too. Increase this guy like this. Let him go in, and then let's bring this person forward. Right? Let's take this guy in a little bit. You all see what we have right now. Then we are going to increase them. Let's reduce them a little. You all see what we have right now. Let's take it up a little, a little, a little. Right? I think this is not bad. Let's increase this guy some more. Right? Let's do same for this person. Make sure the pictures are properly placed. Properly placed. Because this person is behind this guy. The reason why this guy is big like this is because he's at the front and this person is behind, right? Definitely when you go to the studio and you're snapping a picture of this type and this man is standing behind and this woman is at the front, it means that this woman is a bit closer to the camera. So and anything closer to the camera is bigger, is always bigger than the one behind. So that's why this woman like this is slightly bigger than the man. You feel me? So the next thing you are going to do is you are going to click on this man first, press Ctrl B on our keyboard, right? Reset it, reset this, and then we're now going to increase it like this. You see what we're doing? Let's increase it. I think we need to take this back. Let's see if we can increase this. I think that's too much. Okay, I think this is not bad, right? When we do that, we say okay. We do the same thing for madam. right? Let us reset it and then take this to the front a little to make sure madam is glowing. That's too much. Let's see if we can increase this too. Too much. Okay, that means it's only let's increase it small. That's too much. Okay, I think that's not bad. I think this is not bad. Then we're now going to say, okay, I use 19, 4, and minus 2. The brightness is minus 2, the contrast is 19, and intensity is 4. Right? So now say, okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the picture and then come to effect, and then come to adjust, and then come to color balance. Color balance. Right? We're going to reset it as usual. Then we are going to let's increase the green a little, just a little, and then the red too, just a little, right? You see what we have right now? You see it? So the only thing we have probably this thing with is the green and the red. You see it? All right? We're now going to say, oh, okay, let's take this back a little. This is not bad. Okay, right? So we are not going to do the same thing for this guy. Come to effects, come to adjust, come to color balance, right? You are going to let's increase the green a little. Let's see the red. I think this is not bad. This is not bad. It's looking good with the background, right? So this is not bad, right? So the next thing we're going to do right now is that we're going to uh, raise them up, raise them up, right? When we raise them up like that, we're now going to go inside and copy this guy that we have here, this black, right? And then come here and paste it like this. You see what we have right now? Let's take it now a little. Right? You see what we have right now? Let's raise this guy up, right? And then we now raise our pictures to raise them up a little, right? And then we take this up like this, right? You see what we have right now, right? So we are now going to, please make sure you're saving. Make sure you're saving. We're now going to copy the name. Our name is called this guy. We are going to raise it up no matter what. We are going to raise it up no matter what. Right? Let's increase it as well. And then let's put this down. And that's better. That's better. So we're now going to take Lady Evangelist Olubukumi Elijah. Let's put it to the right alignment, and then we use the font consent. Let's change it to capital letter. Right click and come to change case, right? And then we take our shape tool and then take it up like this, right? And then we are going to increase it to like 8 and then bring it here, right? Lady Evangelist, let's change it to like 7. I think it's too big. 7 is fine. right? Lady Evangelist. This host, we are going to bring this host down. This host, we are going to let's uh cut it, and then we'll click down back and then paste it. Right, when we paste it like that, we'll now come here, click here, and then Control R. Excuse me. Control R, and then we come back here and then do like this. We'll take our freehand tool and then draw a line like this and give it this color, and then increase it to like increase the outline to like 2, right? So let's also change this one to like this color. Let's adjust the color. Let's adjust the color to like this guy, right? And say okay. So we're now going to make sure that they are closer, and then we are going to move it up like this. Right, we're going to move it like we can change this back to this. I think it's better. So when we've done that, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to bring this same thing, we are going to bring it here, but this time we are going to click on it and then say Control L on our keyboard, right? Control L, right? And then we are going to put Pastor. We are going to type it out. Pastor Kayode Kowokwe. Right? Let's bring it down. He's a guest minister. Guest minister. Right? So let's see if we can increase these pictures a little. This is not bad. So he's a guest minister, right? And we're going to just leave it like that. We're going to just leave it like that, right? That's him. So we are going to click on this. Let's group this picture together first, and then click on these two, and then right click on them, and then power click them inside the container. So everything we've done, they are inside the container like this. Everything are inside the container. You can as well increase this like this, and then bring it down. Increase it, right? I think it's perfect like this. I think it's perfect like this. So the next thing we are going to do, right, is to start. If we've done this, is to start bringing in these guys. So how do we bring them in? That's where this guy comes in. That's where this guy comes in. So we are going to adjust this. Adjust it very well. Very, very well. Right? You see what we have. But we are not going to leave it like this. Hmm? We are not going to leave it like this. We are going to do something to it now. We are going to do something to it now. Just watch. We are not going to leave it like this. So the first thing we are going to do to it is we are going to duplicate it. Right? We are going to duplicate it. Control, let's just say Control C, Control V, right? And then Control X to cut it. And then this one, we are going to come here, bitmap it first of all. When we bitmap it, we're now going to come to Effect, come to Blur, and then come to Gaussian Blur. Right? When we do it like that, let's take it back a little so that it won't be too much. So when we do it like that, we now say okay, and then we'll paste the other one. You see that we now have an effect. You can as well change this. This you're seeing like this. You can come to transparency too, and then change it to like add. You see what we have, or we can change it to multiply. Right? Multiply takes it away, or overlay, or let's use soft light. I think they all take it away. Let's just leave it as normal, right? Let's leave it as normal. Then we're now going to power click it inside the box. We're going to power click it inside the box. So the next thing we are going to do for this is we are going to click on it and press Ctrl B on our keyboard. Right? When we press Ctrl B, we're now going to increase this guy. Right? Sorry, we aren't going to increase that. Let's take it back. Let's see what this gives us. Um, let's just do it a little and say okay. So when we say okay, let's click on it and then come here, come to adjust, and then come to color balance, right? And come to color balance. We are going to uh, reduce the yellow. Okay, let's do it this way, and then let's give this like red. Let's take this back a little. Uh, we are going to play with this. Okay, right? But I still don't like it like that. Let me press Ctrl B again. I don't like it like that. Let me see if I can reduce this then. Okay, okay, I think, okay, I think I have what I want. Okay, I think I have what I want. uh You see what I have, right? uh okay, this is dope. Okay, this is good. This is good. Exactly what I want. So now that I have it this way, hmm, now that I have it this way, please save as you're working, save. Now that I have it this way, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the date, right? The date is most important. And then I'm going to paste it like this here, right? When I paste it like that, so I'm going to use a font called Consens, right? Let's use Consens Extra Bold, right? Consens Extra Bold rather, right? And then we now break it apart like this. Let's change it to capital letter. And then we now press Ctrl K on our keyboard, Ctrl K, to separate them. Let's bring it down. So we are going to increase this guy like this. When we increase it, we are now going to bring this February, increase it also. We are going to increase it also, and then bring this guy here. We are going to increase this guy also. But the font we are going to give that is not going to be as thick as that. We are going to use, let's say, medium, right? I'll use medium. We'll now make sure it's centralized, right? And then we'll bring it down a little bit, and then towards this side. That's the date, right? Let's reduce it a little, right? Let's reduce it a little, and then we now have date, address, time and address. We're now going to copy this like this, and then come and paste it here. Then let's take this down. And we'll take it down. We are going to now change the font size to like 7, right? To like 7. So we are going to change it to consens as well. Let's use like consens extra bold 2. Let's change everything to capital letter. That's uppercase, right? And we'll change it like that. We're now going to come here and make sure that this guy is down and this guy is also down, right? So that's what we're going to do, and then we'll bring it up like this, right? So the next thing we are going to do, guys, is we are going to come here and then copy this Thanksgiving that you're seeing like this here, right? And copy it like this. Remove this ivy. Make sure everything is in uppercase, right? And then you take it down, right? We're now going to reduce it. So it will be slightly bigger than this one. So we are going to also change it to consens extra bold, right? We're going to change it to consens extra bold. So you see what we are going to do right now. Let's make sure this guy is closer to the mother, right? So we are now going to change this color to like let's see this. I think that's too. Can we change it to black? Okay, I think black is not bad. And change this guy to black. And change this guy to black. Right? So that is that for this. Right? Let's take it to this side a little. Now the next thing we are going to do, guys, is we are going to now bring this other one that say free transportation, free transportation available at former mobile filling station. We are now going to pull it this way, right? We're also going to change the, okay, let's first of all, let's break it. How do we do this? So, okay, what we're going to do is we are going to change it to capital letter first of all, right? And then we're now going to come here and change it to this same font that we've been using, right? Now we'll change it to that same font we'll be using. We'll now reduce it and bring it into the frame, and then we are going to increase this guy, this free. We can increase it to like to because people need to see it. People need to see it, right? Free transportation available. Let's crop this guy. Now we'll crop it, and then let's take our shape to, and then you take this to this like this, and then let's paste what we copy. We're going to take our shape to as well, and then adjust this up like this. My house is close to a school, right? If you are hearing this drum beating, is from a school close to my house. You know, I cannot escape that. If you are hearing the sound, I will try and remove it. But if you're hearing it, just know that we are close to a school, right? And today is Thursday, right? So now that we have this, we are now going to position it very well. Let's increase it a little because people need to see it. It's free. People need to see it. It's free. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to come here, draw a line like this, right? Draw a line like this. Increase the line to like 2, right? And then we'll bring one here like this, right? And then we are going to take this to this side. We can as well change this color to like yellow, if I'm not mistaken. We can now adjust it to any yellow that we want. Uh, let's see. Let's see what this gives us. I think it's not too. Let's see this yellow safe. Yeah, we can use that yellow. We can change this to that yellow and change this to this Thanksgiving to that yellow, right? And then we can now take this and change them also to that yellow, right? And change them also to that yellow. So that is it, guys. Let us reduce this guy, the date, a little, right? And then let's highlight everything and make sure it is at the center of this guy, right? So that is it. So the next thing we are going to do right now, guys, is to bring this last thing. This last thing, we are going to bring it inside, right? And then we're going to do it this way, and then we are going to like reduce it to like 8, I mean 10. Okay, let's do 8, and then change the font to like conscience bold, and then we are good. Let's take it up a little so that they won't cut it when they are printing, right? This is it. This is it. Now we don't need this again. Let's delete it, and then guys, boom, we are done. We are done. So if you follow me to this very place, please subscribe. I want you to say something in the comment section, right? Give me some flowers in it. I need them. Say something in the comment section, right? So, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Subscribe, please, so that we can grow together and do things together. And I have a Telegram channel where I'll be sharing resources. The ones that I cannot share on YouTube, I'll be sharing them on that Telegram channel, right? And also, um, I have a premium course that I'm recording currently. It's going to be a one-on-one class where you get to ask your questions and all of that. But it's premium. So when I'm done, you guys will be the first to see it, right? So one thing I want us to apply to this thing, I don't know if it will work, is a little light effect, right? Let's right click, right? Let's right click and go to import, and then let's go look for it. Let's go look for it. I think I used it somewhere here. Okay, this is it, right? Let's bring it here, right? Let's bring it here. So for this one, we are going to come to our transparent 2 and then apply it this way. We need to remove these sharp edges so that it will not affect our design. Then we'll bitmap it, right? We raise it up again like this, right? And then bitmap it again. And then we do it this way again. And then we'll bitmap it. And then we come here again and apply it this way again. And then we'll still bitmap it. Are you guys following? So if you are following, say yeah, yeah. So we are going to do it this way, and then we are going to come to our transparency 2 again, and then let's use like subtract. Okay, let's use screen, right? Let's use screen, right? I think this is not bad, and then increase it a little, right? This is not bad. This is not bad. Is it bad? No, it's not. Not at all. Not at all. Right? Get down. This is it, guys. We are done. We are done. We are done. If you follow me to this very end, please subscribe or say something in the comment section, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next tutorial. Thank you for joining.